Hello, in this video I shall be discussing or giving the mind map of State Bank of India. So SBI is the State Bank of India and this topic comes under banking and financial services industry of India. So this is a very important industry in India regarding banking and all services related to financial things. So State Bank of India stands in the front line in this particular industry in India. And here are some captions for State Bank of India, some facts, quick facts about it and about its prominence in India. It is the Indian multinational bank. Though it's an Indian bank, it is present overseas in many nations. In fact, State Bank of India in Sri Lanka is the oldest bank in Sri Lanka. So that's how it is very important in abroad countries also. It is a public sector bank. So public sector banks or public sector undertakings are those which have more than 50% stake or more than 50% shares in the hands of the government of India. So that's how State Bank of India has become a public sector bank. It is a financial services body. So as this is doing banking services are a part of financial services. It is a financial services body in India. It is a statutory body, statutory financial services body. So it has not come up with any act. It is not based on any act, but there is a long history. We shall also see that out of which it emerged. So it became a statutory financial services body in India. It is the largest bank in the whole of India. It is a nationalized bank. So it comes under the purview of government and later which is taken up by the central bank, that is RBI. So any bank which follows the guidelines of RBI and under government of India having more than 50% stake is a nationalized bank. That's how State Bank of India is a nationalized bank. And this is all the fact view about its position in India and about its position in the whole world. Globally where it stands, we shall see some 3 points about it. It is the 43rd largest bank in the whole world. So as this is the first largest bank in India, it is the 43rd largest in the world. And in 2020 it is in two important lists. It has been in the lists, but the recent updates are from 2020. It is in the Fortune Global 500 list in 2020. So Fortune Global 500 or the topmost corporations or banks, and State Bank of India stood at the rank of 221. So in the top 500 list. And in 2020 it has also entered into the list of biggest corporations in the world. So State Bank of India is one of the biggest corporations in the world and it entered into this prestigious list in 2020. So this is the important significant points. These are the important points about State Bank of India where it stands globally. And the caption of State Bank of India or the tagline of it is the banker of every Indian. And the headquarters of State Bank of India SBI are in Mumbai. So there is a Bhavan called State Bank Bhavan in Mumbai, Maharashtra. So that's the headquarters of State Bank of India. And the present chairman is Dinesh Kumar. And we shall see a brief history about State Bank of India, how it emerged. So there used to be a bank called Bank of Calcutta. This is also called Bank of Bengal. So Bank of Calcutta or Bank of Bengal is the oldest bank in the whole of India. So which came up in 1806. So the emergence of Bank of Calcutta was on June 2nd, 1806, the first ever bank that India saw. So this worked until 1921. Later, two other banks joined with Bank of Calcutta. They also worked till 1921. Those two other banks are Bank of Bombay and Bank of Madras. So Bank of Calcutta, Bombay and Madras, as we can see these three places are three presidencies in British India. So in British India, the three presidencies, prominent presidencies have got their own banks. So Bank of Bombay has come up on April 15th, 1840, Bank of Madras on July 1st, 1843. So three of them joined hands and three of them were working in three presidencies in British India. They are called presidency banks as they are in the presidency areas in British India. So these presidency banks, so three of them worked together till 1921. So till 1921 each presidency of British India was having its own bank. But later these three presidency banks reorganized into a single banking entity. That single banking entity is given a name called Imperial Bank of India. As we can see, this 1921 and all these 19th century 1800s was all during this British India time. So all of these banks were under the Britishers and in British India. So this Imperial Bank of India was formed on January 27, 1921. Even this was during the time of British rule. This worked till 1955. So Imperial Bank of India is nothing but the reorganization or merging of these three presidency banks. Imperial Bank of India later got itself renamed as State Bank of India. So this is having a long history of these many mergings and reorganizations and renamings. So State Bank of India has been there, but it got its name only on July 1st, 1955 from the name of Imperial Bank of India. Changed its name into State Bank of India. So in 1955, a major thing happened because by 1955, India was independent and we were no more under British rule. So this State Bank of India got under Government of India. So Government of India has taken full control of it, and this control was also shared with RBI. So by then Reserve Bank of India was also there. So RBI took 60% share or 60% control or stakes in State Bank of India. So RBI was the central bank of India. So it took 60% stake of State Bank of India. So Government of India and RBI together started controlling State Bank of India from 1955, a very important major year to know about State Bank of India. So this control was given to RBI and Government of India through an act called State Bank of India Act 1955. So this act did not form State Bank of India, but it gave control of State Bank of India to Government of India and Reserve Bank of India. Next, there is also an important act to know about SBI Act, SBI mergings and all. So that is State Bank of India Subsidiary Banks Act. This act was passed in 1959. So 4 years after State Bank of India Act, there is this Subsidiary Banks Act. That is, State Bank of India got new subsidiaries or associate banks. So new banks got merged into State Bank of India. So this is simply, to put it in a simple words, this is merging of banks into State Bank of India. There were so many banks, so majorly 7 princely states have their own banks by then. But as India got independent, these banks in 7 princely states and many lot more other banks came under State Bank of India or merged into State Bank of India. So this merging happened through this act. This is merging of banks into SBI. So this was as part of our first 5-year plan. Our first 5-year plan, we know 5-year plans are those plans given for a period of 5 years in which we take up one social welfare work. So that is rural India development. One good work is rural India development. So the target or agenda of first 5-year plan is rural development. For this we need finances, we need good banking structure because we need to fund. So as part of this, to help this funding, all small banks, they merged into SBI. So in order to merge this, in order to have this 5-year plan successful, this merging of banks happened. And this continued till very recently in 2017 when 5 associate banks merged with SBI. So the 5 associate banks are State Bank of Hyderabad, State Bank of Raipur, State Bank of Patiala, State Bank of Bikaner, and also one bank called Bharati Mahila Bank. So many 5 banks, very important prominent banks in India, they got merged into State Bank of India. This happened in 2017. This is the latest one wherein big banks associated or merged into State Bank of India. So next, State Bank of India has not just been into banking things but also into non-banking subsidiaries are also there recently. They are capital markets, that means it entered into share markets, shares, bonds and all. State Bank of India Cards and Payment Services Private Limited, State Bank of India LIC, Life Insurance Corporation Limited, and it also entered into mutual funds. These are the new take-ups of State Bank of India. And recently in November 2017 it came up with digitalization, that is YONO app. YONO app or website is you only need one, that is the full form of YONO, and this is a step towards digital banking. So digital banking platform is also set up by State Bank of India. This is the most recent development of State Bank, latest development of State Bank of India. So this is a brief mind map of State Bank of India, and thank you.